Yo, man, it's G's Gasoline, the big fucking op. You heard with my nigga Mikey T, the fucking movie star. You heard. We live right now, about to get it in, tap in on a few things. You heard. I got a tape out. I'm dropping my tape tomorrow or whatever. It's called Life Like Mine. You heard. You can check it out anywhere. It's gonna be on all streaming sites. You feel me? Or tap in.
So, yo, can you tell me about meeting Pop Smoke?
I met Pop Smoke through D-Rock and shit. You feel me?
Yep.
Cool nigga. Word. I met Pop Smoke years like before, like the whole like him rapping. I ain't even think he was on some rapping shit. Feel me? This is when I was coming outside to shoot my beds and shit. You feel me? And my boy D-Rock that produced the Mac Talk song and shit. You know, he produced One Blood and all that. True with the Game. He brought him around like family wise, you feel me? Like he was like, yo, you know, this my little nephew and shit. He cool, you feel me? You know, Pop Smoke was a cool nigga, like I said. So I pulled up to a video. It wasn't even my video shoot that time though. It was D-Rock's video shoot. And I pulled up and I met him, you know, in person and shit. And you know, we vibed out. We never really like stayed in tune with each other. You know, he's from the floor, so I'm from the east, so it kind of like, you know, it wasn't never no beef, but you know, I was doing my thing type shit and he was doing his thing. And then I started seeing like his songs and shit popping up and him going viral, and I'm seeing vids and like pictures. I'm like, yo, I got a picture of that night. I'm like, yo, I got pictures and shit. Like, the fuck? I look. I'm like, you feel me? I spoke to my son D-Ray. He like, yeah, cuz, you know, cuz trying to take the music shit serious. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, type shit. I think we spoke one time like when he was like lit type shit, but we never, like I said, we never really got up and finished it off and all that. You know, it be like that though when you doing what you doing and you know a nigga is a big artist and shit, like the timing is just, you know, timing is crazy for me.
Yeah, man, that kind of sounds like Fetty Wap a little bit, you know what I mean? You know, but just from the way you explained that, in your opinion, what was it about Pop Smoke that made him stand out and blow up the way that he did?
Definitely his voice. Like his voice was the first thing. Like when I heard it, it was like you got to think now. You got a bunch of his mini me's out here. You feel me? And it's like that's what's up. Like, you feel me? Like you left a stain. You feel me? But I said that to say like that was like unique. You feel me? Type shit. And then you know he had it like mixed with the drill. It was kind of like a UK, like that shit was just crazy. And then I started like really tuning in, like, nah, I started appreciating his music more. Like, yo, nah, this nigga is really a star. Like, he's making good songs, hooks, all that. Like, you feel me? He was doing his thing, for real. That shit is a sad situation, wow.
Yeah, at a certain point, it became evident that he was a timeless artist, you know?
Yeah, bro, and I start tuning in. I'm like, nah, hell no, they violated. Like, this nigga really, you feel me? Like, was dope, like, type shit. Like, whoa, that shit is crazy.
Facts. R.I.P. to Pop Smoke, and I appreciate you sharing that, man. So, I want to ask you, man, can you explain to me how the issues with 22Gz started out? Is it more of a competition over the drill style of music?
Yeah. I never knew them. Like, I don't know them niggas, you feel me? Type shit. They don't know me, you feel me? But it was like, you know, at that time, it was like the music was like influencing like a lot of other people, like type shit, to just do silly things and say silly shit. And it was just like toxic. Like that top was like toxic, you feel me? It was fun though. It was hella fun, but you feel me? I never knew him. I never seen him, none of that type of shit like that, you feel me? And he basically, you know, he picked a side. And, you know, type shit, they started talking they shit, and, you know, I was talking my shit back type shit, you feel me? And then it got on some shit like, you know, just you being in the streets is just like, nigga, at the end of the day, I'm gonna protect myself. So, feel me? If I see you and whatever happens, it happens type shit, you feel me? It's whatever, niggas take it, you feel me? One of those. Or
Can you take me into releasing the majorly spun record, No Twirl Zone? Why did you decide it was time to release that song?
It's crazy. That song was put together through Leaf and shit, you feel me? But Leaf, I met Leaf at the Big Ops video shoot. Leaf pulled up over there type shit, and we basically got each other contact, and then he linked up with Ace Number 5 on his own time, and then, you know, they came to me like, yo, bro, you know, he kept trying to reach out, you know, type shit to me, like, yo, I got a song for us, you feel me? But at the time, I'm doing my thing, you feel me? So it's like, but I kind of was like listening to his shit, you feel me? I don't think he really had nothing really, but he was like letting me hear shit that he was gonna record and shit. And, you know, I was like, yo, feel me? Like, now we gonna do it. And I wasn't brushing him off. I just was doing my thing, you feel me? Type shit. So one day the nigga, I'm chilling with my boy Trap and shit, and we in the crib, and the nigga fucking, he called. He was hitting me up and shit. He was like, yo, bro, I want to go do that shit right now. Like, you feel me? Like, I got money for you. Like, if you want that, nigga, like, what's up? Like, he was on it, you feel me? He was dedicated for that shit. Like, yo, I need you on this, nigga, like, right now, like, type shit, you feel me? And then I actually played it again. And when I played it that time, it just hit me a little different. You feel me? I'm like, nah, like, my son heard it. He was like, nigga, if you don't fucking put some shit together for that right now, nigga, you wildin'. That's, you feel me? Like, that's a sound, like, nigga, that's it right now. So I ain't gonna lie to you, I swear to God, you can ask any nigga that I'm with. I wrote that shit in like 10 minutes. That ass, like 10 minutes, word. And it's crazy because those be the ones that certain people like seem to like more. You know what I'm trying to say? Or like those songs, I pay attention to that. Like a lot of the shit I did effortlessly is like, feel me? The ones that people really like. Big Ops was another one. That was just me speaking real shit. Like that was like me like really just talking, and then shit went viral. And people, like, it was kids, youth, everybody rapping and shit, and I'm like, damn, I don't want nobody to get hurt, you feel me? Because like, this shit going on, but it's like, well, my intentions wasn't that, you feel me, type shit, to put it out and make people get hurt, but it was like, oh, that shit grabbed a lot of people's attention. But before that, I wasn't even rapping on some shit like this. I just was rapping about fly shit, you feel me, cars, shit like that.
So when you went to the record, it was already called No Twirl Zone?
Nah, hell no. We came up with the name and shit after that and all that. It was just like, we was trying to think of something that stick out type shit, you know, like Big Ops stuck out crazy. Like that was like, feel me? Type shit. So we was just kind of like looking for some shit like that, you know, and, you know, Leaf came up with the final decision, like, yo, nah, yeah, that shit, hell yeah, like, No Twirl Zone, you feel me? Well,
And No Twirl Zone, is it arguably bigger than Big Ops, or is it obviously bigger than Big Ops?
I mean, as far as like, I feel like just because of the timing it came out, like type shit, it came out after. Like a lot of them songs I didn't space out OD. Like it was like on some shit. So, you know, people was tuning in more and more as you go. People like, oh, it's the follow-ups. Like, oh, this the follow-up for this? Like, oh, shit. That's why I feel like I gave like a lot of niggas careers and shit. Like I gave niggas juice because, you feel me? Like all of this shit, when you open the door, now it's like, as long as you got good, you know, good talent is always niggas gonna know that. You feel me? Like it could be, you could be a op, nigga. If this shit is hot, it's hot. You feel me? When I was putting my shit out, it was niggas that was coming through after, and they was getting paid, like people was paying them attention because of just the whole reason of me making this what niggas is paying attention for. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, but some people, you know, they act like they don't see that, or like they don't try to give me that type of credit, but it's like I don't ever cry or complain about that. I just keep doing my thing, you feel me, putting my music out, shit like that, you feel me? I got my fans that's here with me forever, you feel me? Shout out to them, like, oh, I got a lot of new music coming out, it's about to get crazy again.
I want to ask you, man, what do you make of Nas Blixky deciding to change his name after everything that he's been going through?
Oh, guys, I ain't gonna lie. That might be the best thing for him to do, son. If he is into it like that, like the shit that I see that's going on and shit, he might just need to change his name and shit, and just leave that shit alone. It's like I happen to anybody at the same time, you feel me? So it's like at the same time, I happen to anybody, but or if he in those type of situations, you know, he definitely need to do what's better for him.
You know, 22G's had said that artists need to dumb down their lyrics when it comes to dissing other rappers. I wanted to get your take on that as well. You know, dissing other rappers, especially dead ops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never really heard him. Yeah, I never really heard him like say that before. But if he did say that, like, yeah, I agree on that. I heard it. You feel me? Especially because like this shit is like an easy indictment. You gotta know how to talk. You gotta know what you're doing, son. Like you just gotta know how to do this shit. You feel me? Like you can't just wake up and just want to do that shit. Like, and then niggas wondering why it's all these indictments and these niggas is, oh, somebody snitched on me though. You told her yourself. nigga, you told, nigga, like you, the fuck, you feel me? Type shit. So it's like, I just feel like, but I do feel like it's a sacrifice too. Like this shit is a sacrifice. Like you might have to, like if that's what's working, like you might just have to be that type of nigga. But it's sad because if you really not living that life, you gotta keep up with an image that's not you. You feel me? So it's like, if you really not living that and you know, nigga, you not moving how you saying, how you moving and shit, and then it's like but you gotta keep up with an image because this is what got people attention and shit. That shit could get very crazy, you feel me, for you type shit. So I definitely agree on that. Like dumb it down the music, you know, keep niggas out the business and shit like that. Everything ain't for that. Like if it's just entertainment, friendly competition, fuck it, it's music, you feel me? But if it's some personal shit, don't put that shit in there type shit, feel me? Unless you want some, yo, I don't care. I'm doing this shit for niggas to get signed. You feel me? Like we gonna get on and then we going from here. Fuck it. We gonna take whatever come with it. You feel me?
So, Jezz, I want to talk about what you have coming up in the near future, man. Music as well as shows. I know you're heavy on that tip. Anything, man. Do you have any movies coming up, man? YouTube shows. Talk to me.
I definitely will fuck around with some movies though. For me. You know, like I said, I got the Life Like Mine project coming out. I got some other shit that I'm working on after that. You feel me? Like it's kind of gonna be like a deluxe, you feel me, type shit for that one. You feel me? Because I know this gonna move them and shit. But I got features. Like I got a few big features. I ain't even gonna say all the features, but you know, Mano. I got the shit with Mano. Obviously, I got the shit with Bobby. You feel me? Type shit in the cut. You know, I got music. I'm still dropping music. I dropped a song called No Sleep. You feel me? Recently, type shit. All this shit is on my YouTube channel. What we gotta do is tap in. You feel me? Type shit. Jezz Gasoline World.
All right, man. I appreciate you for joining me today for this exclusive interview. Jezz Gasoline, Mikey
You
T.
already know.
Star.
You already know, Brody. I appreciate you. You heard? Wow. King of Drill, that's me. You heard?